Yep, we got 4 bags. This is haul number 21, folks. It's a Saturday night, and when you get older, this is pretty much all you have have to look forward to. It's going to the video, to pick up videos from the obsolete store where all the trash goes, and no, I'm just kidding. It's not that depressing. It's really not that bad, people. Anyway, so.
Lots of VHSs this time.
Yeah, we went back to get what we missed Friday. We stumbled in there about an hour after they opened. Probably lost a few good ones. Probably had somebody there before us, and it didn't look the same as when we left. So yeah, this is what happens when you fall behind a little bit. But anyway, we got a few. And any ones that I did pick up, it's because I don't have in my VHS collection. And I wanted to add to it. Either that, or I knew that I had one that wasn't in as good a shape, so I needed to, have a better replacement for it, just in case. So I don't know why we're focused on Zoolander, because this was an absolute stupid movie. It was stupid. It just was. I mean, you have to be one of those kind of people that like
Ben Stiller?
Not just Ben Stiller, because there are other movies where he's not that bad, but this was over the top stupid, right? Like overacting to the max, and then trying to pretend that overacting was the focus of the movie to make it even funnier, but it was really an embarrassment. So as you slide deeper and deeper into your seat, an embarrassment for this movie is what happened to me when we saw it together, me and a bunch of friends a long time ago.
Why am I here?
Yeah, I think the other people in the theater shared the same consensus when we walked. We're looking at each other. Yeah, so. I don't know why we did this, but we did it. And now we own the VHS. And I haven't seen the movie since. So here we go on VHS. Okay, we'll put that aside. We'll start out with that. We got a few DVDs. I don't know what this is. American Street Fighter. I've never seen this, but I'd like to see it. Because I like to watch some of the fighting movies that are a little less known, or at least not as, out there in the public eye as much as, mainstream. So I like a couple of the movies like this. These types of movies, these B movies or backdoor movies. Some of them are not even B-rated. Some of them are just hidden premium movies. They don't, So, all right, we got a lot to do, so we better move faster. I'm just looking down here, drifting away from the camera. Forgetting that you're there for a minute, excuse me. Ali Sheedy and this movie.
Made to Order.
Is an 80s movie.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, you're too young. This is one of those lesser known movies, kind of like in the Mannequin St. Elmo's Fire kind of deal era, maybe a little before that. Let's see. Oh, I got all these over here too on the side. Oh yeah, T2, right? With like the heaviest steel case I've ever felt. It feels like somebody took a cookie tin and a pair of sheet metal shears and wrapped it around a disc case. Seriously, because you could cut your hand removing the disc. It's literally that thick. It's a couple of millimeters or...
Mils?
Yeah, I mean, you could... It's almost as thick as a gun magazine. Almost. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you could use this as contraband in the future for something. But anyway, I thought it was neat to have a T2 case like that, because it's not expensive, I don't think, or anything. In fact, it's even developing some rust on the zinc coating or whatever. But I think it's pretty... I've never seen one like it. So, for $1, I had to grab it, even though I own T2. Alright, let's put that aside. I'm just going to put all that... Jesus, it's fixing to tear a hole in my couch.
Watch out.
Just use it as a prison shank. Alright. over there. You could actually rivet that to the bottom of your floor panel on a rusty vehicle and repair
Fix
it.
a rust hole.
Yeah, you certainly could. Wait,
So we got.
what am I doing here? Dude,
Elmo and
Elmo,
Grouch,
okay, so... Yeah, I picked up Elmo, right, because I don't own any Elmo in our collection, right? Not that I'm going to watch it or nothing, folks. Cool Runnings, y'all remember that? I mean, I remember that. I don't know if, you know, young people remember this. This is like one of your feel-good, you know, don't forget about, you know, a random set of dudes from wherever they're from, Jamaica, and include them in a bobsled team. It's kind of far-fetched and ridiculous, the plot, the storyline, all of it, but the movie is entertaining. The actors are entertaining. The woke thing that they try to do with this is stupid, but the rest of it was entertaining.
Fantasia.
Yeah, I don't even remember this. Everybody talks about it. I've heard it throughout my entire life. Yeah, okay, Disney, you know. It's just a cartoon, I think.
It's like the orchestra
Mainly
music.
Okay, whatever. All right, so yeah, if you're on LSD, cool. Disney music, movie. Don't do the stuff, but there. Let's see.
A shroom video.
Yeah. Dodgeball. That was a funny movie. Another, again, overacting, way over the top to the point of stupid. Ben Stiller performed again in this movie. But the movie plot was funny. Some of the other B actors in it were hilarious. And I don't know. I just thought that it was non-politically correct, and that was the enjoyment about this movie, because it was not smothering like everything is stuffy today. You got to watch what you say. Even I do, making this damn video. So, yeah, because they call us public influencers. So, you know, I guess it's the advertisement people put pressure on YouTube and other social medias or certain sites to have their people perform in a certain way and not say certain words, and you know, they keep updating their terms and conditions to make everyone in their end happy, you know. So yeah, we're not going to get along in the future. I can already tell you we don't get along now, so we're definitely not going to do this in the future, as they stomp on our freedom of speech. But for now, we're doing it. Home Alone 3, low budget, I think. Silly, nowhere near the first two. But we own it because it's 3 and it's a part of 1 and 2. And yeah, I like pride myself on owning the movies that are really weird and out there and forgotten about and or bad, because the mainstreams we can always get our hands on. These, not so much. They kind of fall by the wayside. Bill Nye, the science weirdo. Yeah, I just don't have anything with this guy in it, so now I do. Let's see what else we got. Pete's Dragon. I remember this as a young boy, and thrown in front of the TV many times, and this was on. So I think I liked it. I remember bits and pieces, so I got to watch it and find out. Yeah, the front piece cover is missing, but it is that. I remember opening it and confirming that right here, but you don't have to zoom in. But yeah, Pete's Dragon. Really poor animated cartoon meets real life kind
Live
of
action.
stuff. Yeah, really, really weird. It's not even live action. It's like interaction. Right? Alright. These are all VHS, people. Most of them. I don't even know what this is.
Ice Castles.
Yeah.
Looks like an old
It
VHS.
looks like an ice skater story or something. A story of an ice skater. I don't know. Maybe it would be cool if I ran across a video with that chick that like paid somebody to hack the legs off the other skater. I can't remember what her name is, but
What
I
movie was
think that was like,
Tanya Harding.
Tanya Harding. What did she do? She was a skater, and she like whacked the girl.
Her and her husband paid somebody to
paid somebody to whack?
Iron Pipe, the leg of
Oh, so
the
they
main competitor in the U.S.
They
who
walked
was
in-
really, really good and sweet as can be, and Tanya Harding was kind of like trash.
so she paid somebody mafia style to want to whack the legs.
That's not
Sweep
a good
the leg.
sport.
Jeez. All right. So yeah, that would have been cool to
I
watch
think they
that.
actually made a movie about that.
I'd like to get that movie because I want to see like how they portrayed the leg whacking and what happened after that. 'Cause that'd be really. Didn't that girl with the crippled legs go on to win the thing? She did with crippled legs and all.
Well, she healed.
As I look back on that, I still think that was turned into some agenda too. Jeez, it was like, okay, so feel sorry for the little guy. Socialism, ring, push it all the way, you know. So
The
feels
underdog comes
Let's
back.
use it.
the
Let's
underdog,
give her the prize.
right? Okay, whatever.
Wild things.
Kevin Bacon and Matt Dillon, and those two chicks. Yeah, that '90s stuff. Early '90s, mid '90s.
Probably mid-90s.
Yeah, that's a whole different era of movies there. It kind of stayed in their own category. I don't know what this is, but Christmas time's coming, and I'll be watching all these little Christmas movies with younger folks. So I try to get kids movies that are older and Disney movies that are older before serious agendas were crammed through and so obvious, you know. Maybe these little subtle movies with a little bit of agenda in them still might have some wholesome feeling, hopefully. And so saving some of these would be a good idea, and that's why I did. I'm not a sucker for the Disney clamshell cases. Like, you
Take
know,
up too much space in a tote.
well, everybody else figured out they're not really worth anything, you know, and they're still trying to sell them right now on eBay, and it's, you know, they're stuck with that.
Hoping you'd bite for a few $100.
Well, you know, and they got folks trying to drive up the market, you know, by trying to overprice them and intentionally, but never really selling them. So it's amazing how people copy off other people. If somebody listed something for $2,000 and it was this tape, it wouldn't make me want to say, Yahoo, I got something great, let me list it for $2,000. It would make me ask why and then investigate. But some people go with the flow and the trend, and they're hoping that's what happens with free market capitalism, and that's kind of one of the strategies with people buying and selling. And so I try to avoid all that because we're here just to collect and for other purposes, you know. So yeah.
Unearthed.
Right. So this is several films. Is that what this is supposed to be? It's weird.
It says, oh no, that's just one movie.
It is, but why does it say 8 films
It says collect them all.
to die? Okay, so, okay, that's misleading. But yeah, anyway, so don't know what that is, but we got it, and if it winds up being a good horror movie, cool. So I got a default, I grab horror movies automatically because when I'm in a place and people are trying to argue and fight over movies, the first thing they go for is horror movies. So now I got to grab them out of, you know, instinct, or just grab them so that I can decide later if I really want them, and that sucks. But if I want any of them at all, that's what I have to do. And a lot of times I'll grab them and then I'll put them back on the shelf. But some I keep. I don't know what this is. Secret Garden, but
It's a book.
sounds like it'd make a good rock song. Alright. Let's see.
The garden.
Alright, what do we got here? Let's see. Pokemon, the first movie. Yeah, I don't know.
Some millennials would probably know what that is.
Alright, yeah, this is weird. Even the cover looks weird. That's so weird, man. That looks like a...
Bootleg.
Yeah, it's not a bootleg tape. That's what I thought at first, but it's not. Say it's a comedy.
About Baghdad?
I guess. If there was a generic store, this would be on the shelf.
Mm-hmm.
If there was a store with all generics, this would be right there. Screaming generic. 28 weeks later, this is probably like the 8th disc I'm going to own, or, version of this movie. But I saw the cover. I know it's not an expensive deal, but I like that.
Oh.
I like that cover case, and it was $1. And let's be honest here. The tote that I was digging out of was starting to look a little thin by the time I picked this up, and it's a horror movie, so I got it. I probably cheated some poor person out of owning it in the future, and that, just kidding.
Still cheaper than a candy bar.
What?
Still cheaper than a candy bar.
Yeah. Actually, it is today, yeah. Three Stooges, full screen. Couple episodes, 4. It's saying. I'm hoping they're in color like they have, but don't know. Didn't really look. But yeah. I got different versions of the Three Stooges, a bunch of them. And I'd really like to see the Three Stooges on something like a 4K. Or it's something really that needs to be preserved. The history of the Three Stooges themselves influenced a crap ton of people's lives, and actors, and movies as we know them from today. If it wasn't for the Three Stooges, there would have been a huge gap there. And so just like the Twilight Zone and the Three Stooges, they have their equal importance, I believe, personally. So, yeah, that's why I usually pick up anything with these three dudes. And, yeah, I don't know if I've seen this.
Dreamcatcher.
Right. Yeah, I don't know if I've seen it, but, it's kind of sci-fi-ish, with horror, as it says horror.
Yep.
So, we'll get a chance to watch it. Alright, back to the VHS again. Save pages. Passion. Damn it.
Safe passage.
Yeah, shut up. It's there. Don't know what it's about. This is another life drama situation. Definitely, I could have swore they made something else with Alabama, but they made a lot of movies about Alabama. But this one with Reese Witherspoon, it's chick flicky.
Mm-hmm.
So it's there.
Looks that way.
When somebody comes over to my library and they walk around and they're like, "Do you have any of this?" Or they just look on the shelf or on the wall, wrapping around the entire room, and this huge 20 by 20 at least. I want them to be able to say, "You have something I want to watch," or "You have something that brings back memories." That would be pretty nice. Let's see. Left Behind VHS sealed, because it's sealed. $3.33. 333.
Huh.
Not
1/3.
777. 333. All right.
13.
The badass teenagers there. I don't know if you've seen it, but I never seen it, but there. We have some troubled teen girls or something that come up, they want to see something. There you go, they can watch that.
Oh, boy.
How was it like in the 90s, how did Hollywood portray the world in the 1990s? What was it like, to be a teen girl? What kind of crap did they get into? Well, they can watch something like this. And,
You can also watch Fear.
and then they can ask me with Marky Mark. Yeah, that'd be funny. That was a good 4-film pack. I need to get something. I think there's a movie called, this train reminds me of that. Midnight Meat Train, I think.
Yeah.
It's disgusting there. You're chopping people up constantly. I need to get a horror movie like that.
That was a Blockbuster special. I think.
Was it?
It was a block.
It wasn't that high of a budget. It was definitely low budget. But anyway,
Automaton transfusion.
that's horrible. All right.
That was the one DVD you will not find in this collection. Oh wait, it is.
It is. I do. Remember?
Oh, never mind.
I made a video. I put it on a video. You know, where
Make a video of the dog.
Karma brought that back to me. You know. All right. So there's 4 movies on there. I didn't even say what they were, but if you want to see, yeah. All right. Universal Soldier: The Return. I guess that's the second.
2.
Maybe. Yeah. Because it's got that black dude who played Mike Tyson. It's like a martial artist / actor. Forgot his name. Yeah, he played like the life story of Mike Tyson. He was pretty good in it. You know, that's how I remember that guy. But yeah, back there. And then Van Damme, of course. Anyway, sure, it's probably not as good as the first one, but you never know. Some sequels are, but I didn't hear much about it. Got some music for spooky season. Psych. Got some music for Halloween.
Is it even music? Or is it just sound effects?
It's just sounds. You know.
Ah.
So I could use it in my YouTube videos without getting flagged, or they're going to copyright that crap too.
Copyright a sound of a bat or a cat?
I don't know, dude. You never know. With today, with AI and all that crap, you know, it's just working everybody out of a job and out of a life, actually.
Cats might complain.
Yeah, the cats might be, done some injustice, you know, or some slamming door, or some squeaky door hinge somewhere.
The door
might
walk
actually
over and
being deprived of their freaking rights, you know. Shitheads. Anyway,
Say the doorknobs.
K9. I don't remember seeing a lot of dog movies at one time. Don't know if this is one of the ones in that dog movie category that I've seen.
James Belushi.
But they all kind of blend together. Now it's time to slow down and maybe see 1 or 2 out of the year, so you don't get burnt out on all the dog movie genre or jump, big massive Hollywood jump. The Killer Next Door. It looks like a voyeur story, right? Story of a psycho voyeur, yeah, looking through the window. It's probably me getting old, freaking out, looking out the window there, freaking out like, man, life's never going to be the same again. Except I wouldn't be looking at some, victim. I'd just be looking out the window just for the hell of it. All right. Thanks for listening to that. Let's see what else we got. Black Beauty. Because I remember that when I was younger.
That's a passion.
Yeah, it was cool. It was a cool. It was, if you had the time to sit down and the patience,
Something
and you
they put
didn't,
on at school.
you didn't eat too much candy as a kid at the time, you could sit down a little while and watch some of it, Anyway.
They put that on at school when they didn't feel like
Dealing with the kids?
Yeah.
Well, it's all right. We know.
That and Born Free.
Well,
with the lion.
we got it now, so we can add it to history. Red Agent. Okay, so Dolph Lundgren.
Agent Red or Red Agent?
Okay, well, whatever. Agent Red.
Yep.
Is my dyslexia kicking in? It was like said it backwards. Red Agent. Maybe I read it upside down. All right. Didn't see it, but there it is. 3 Men and a Little Lady. Not 3 Men and a Baby. 3 Men and a Little Lady. This must be the sequel. Or maybe even the third one. I don't know.
How many?
Looks like they take them on vacation or something, or this happens in a farm. I don't know. The hell is that? Sheep? Llama? Or something? I don't know. I didn't see it. I'd have to watch it to see. But if they made money off the first one, and they made a lot of money off of it, you bet they're going to try to squeeze something out of the sequel. And could have been a good movie, could have been a flop. I don't know, but Now we have it.
So let's see. Another bag.
All right.
Vital signs.
Oh yeah, it looks like a Lifetime original, doesn't it? Vital signs. For those bored, you know. Can you imagine all those folks in history that stayed at home and watched shows like this over and over again, you know? Trying to kill time in life so that they could let time pass to a happier point in life, you know, or when they had something they could do, so staying entertained. Movies have their place, they certainly do, but, you know, I don't know, I just remember that point in time when people did that, you know. So I think juggling a good mixture of downtime and outdoor life together is positive for the psyche. And I guess we just should finish reading through these movies instead of listening to my philosophies on life. But I'm supposed to be an influencer, right? Because YouTube constantly reminds me that I am an influencer. I'm a public influencer. I guess we'll have to watch this for Halloween. Or let the kids watch it. Can't be any worse than today's kids' stuff. What? This is just a blank case with a dude's name on it. Oh, Little Rascals.
The 90s movie.
Yeah, that's why I got it. Right. I was like, why did I buy a kit? You know, no cover. That's why. Alright. Story of Us. So Bruce Willis, right?
Does he save her from a...
Yeah, if he's not taking down the terrorist and kicking shit around, he's like courting the woman.
Courting the females?
Yeah, courting the females. They did that to almost all. They tried that with
all
almost
manly actors?
They tried it. Some of them didn't really work out so well, you know. Look. Speaking of which, look what they did with him. They shaved him. Look, they put some nair all over him. Look what they did with him. Yeah, that guy's usual look is looks like a wolf.
Oh, Ellen is in this?
Tom Selleck. That's Tom Selleck.
Jeez.
They tried to make him look like a little boy, so they could put him in his chick flick. That's what I was talking about, right? Some people just don't fit that mold. He belongs in that movie with Gene Simmons with the spiders. I forgot the name of it, but them electronic spiders. And Gene Simmons. That's a movie that we haven't got here yet. But so, Sound of Music.
On one tape.
Yeah, right. I got it because it's all on one tape. It's not two tapes.
How they did that when they had to make a 2-tape version? I have no idea.
I don't either. Maybe they slowed it down. I don't know.
Thinner reel, maybe?
Thinner ribbon, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say that there's a problem with that sometimes when they get older. You know, they tend to warp and pop.
Snap.
And warp, too. And
Yeah.
degrade faster. So we'll have to test it. Alright. Home Alone 2, there we go. That was a pretty good Home Alone. I think this one has Trump in it.
It does.
Yep, this one has Donald Trump. And there's quite a few movies that do the same thing. But anyway, this movie was a good movie.
Bricks to the head.
What?
Bricks to the head.
This one was a little bit more violent than the first one.
It was.
And that's fine. I mean, nowadays they don't want you to see all that, you know. But I think we need to keep some of that stuff around. Otherwise, we're going to lose who we are. And I think that's the goal anyway of the people that, you know, have a say in all this. All right. So I got hot stuff. I don't know what it is exactly, but I may have seen it. I may not have. It reminds me of Cannonball Run.
Jerry
And-
Reed.
Yeah, and Jerry Reed is, I'm sure, and Dom DeLuise is probably the reason why I got this. That's in pretty good condition. It's on VHS.
Never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's an old time comedy. It's even a little bit too much before my time, but still it was funny. I don't know what the heck this is. I just picked it up because it looks important.
Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat.
It just looks really important / unimportant. And sometimes I pick up movies like that, They just look stupid.
It's a Universal movie.
Okay.
It's of some quality.
Yeah, I don't even know what it's about. It looks like a bunch of...
Family musical.
Is it a family musical?
Yeah.
Is that what it says?
That's what it says on the
looks like
side.
a cult musical to me.
It says it on the side.
Okay, whatever.
Fun-filled musical.
Maybe it is. There it is for people who... I'm going to put that in my musical section, right? Just slap it over there.
There's like 5 tapes.
Wait. Never mind. Alright. Like I said, people, this is a part of history. Even if the movie's good or bad, if it sucks or then it has a massive, ugly agenda. Still,
History.
I need this. I need people to know, or we need to carry, have these things carry on and say, well, how did we get here? What happened to America? What happened to us? What happened to us as a culture? Life is not just about, us. It is about us, but it's about what's beyond us. The next gen and the next gen and the next gen. And it's kind of like, if you preserve history, you kind of can give them a head start instead of a one-sided story. And so, yeah. Winn-Dixie was a good movie. I remember it being a good movie to say if you had the patience to sit down and watch something like this. Family-oriented.
Because of
It caught my attention when I was a kid because, not a kid, as a teen. I don't remember when it was. I was probably an adult when this came out. But anyway, it caught my attention because it's probably at a girlfriend's house or something, and her kid was watching it. You never know when you saw movies like this. But it caught my attention because we have a supermarket called Winn-Dixie. Most of my life growing up.
Your wallet is empty because of Winn-Dixie.
Mm-hmm.
That's their prices.
Yeah, right. Okay. Zombie Hunter. Yeah, I guess they'll stretch out Danny Trejo as much as they can until they get any bucks, whether it's machetes or hatchets or zombies. So anything that's zombie, I usually pick up and add it to my collection, whether it's crap or not. So here we go.
Stretch the budget.
Yeah.
Tiger.
Yeah, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is, but it's got a 70s look to it. Patrick Swayze's long gone, so there we go. We'll watch it and figure it out. It was, they did Roadhouse pretty good, so I guess they were like, yeah, let's do some more,
Tiger Warsaw?
Bad boy, what?
Tiger Warsaw?
Yeah.
I didn't see Warsaw, but
Yeah, what is
it's on
that?
the side here.
Was that World War II?
I don't know.
All right.
Always. Always what?
I don't know. Richard Dreyfuss and
John
Goodman still alive. Is Goodman still alive? He is. Goodman is, jeez. John Goodman. I don't know what this is. Drama or something. Roger Rabbit without the case.
Yeah, I gotta have that.
What was that, like
No, animation meets live action.
interaction?
Interaction.
There you go.
They made a big deal.
Look at how advanced this is.
Oh, it kind of reminds me of The Mask, right? Jim Carrey.
Yeah,
It's like
right.
goofy like that. Really goofy. Christmas Story. I own this on DVD. I own it some other where too, some other place. But I don't own it on VHS because that's where I would have originally watched this besides on television. So
Same with a lot of other people.
Christmas Story on VHS is sort of like must stick it in the library and keep it. So we got the Shoot Your Eye Out movie right here that they used to play every Christmas. All right, we got one more bag. Y'all stick with me, huh? All right.
To go along with Halloween.
Yeah, it's weird. Eddie Murphy, The Haunted Mansion. It's probably good, fun for kids, Hulk Hogan, Three Ninjas.
And Jim Varney.
Yeah, Jim Varney's in there. So, they don't talk enough today about Jim Varney. I know he's been dead a long time, but Jim Varney, is also a huge influence in the late 1980s and up a little bit,
Goofy movies, but very.
Yeah, with Ernest Goes to Jail, Ernest Goes to Camp, stuff like that. Jim Varney was a pretty funny comedian. He's a pretty funny dude.
Without having to be dirty.
Yeah, he wasn't really a dirty guy at all. He didn't really say dirty things much at all. He was a huge influence on the 1980s. And whenever people talk about the 1980s, if you don't put Jim Varney's name in it somewhere, like Ernest this, Ernest Goes to Camp, or our World as You See It, or My World as You See It, or any of that stuff, that skit, you're missing out a section of the 80s.
The movies were about family and
kids.
wholesome stuff.
Right, they were. And so if there was, a time to talk about the 80s with anybody, I would suggest that you add for it to be historically accurate, at least from my perspective and growing up in the 80s, and other people that I talked to, and was, I would say Jim Varney was an important part of that. And so was Hulk Hogan, for that matter. And a lot of other folks that they don't really talk about anymore. They like to cancel people because they don't do what they want them to do, I could imagine why they would cancel Hulk Hogan right now, because he spoke on behalf of, Anyway, hope floats.
Oh boy, Harry Connick Jr.
Yeah, really? Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I got some stories about his relatives, true stories too, but I ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah, okay. No need in taking it out on old poor Harry, But Connick Jr. But his crooked family member. Never mind. Sandra Bullock. Chick flick. That's all I would say. Done. Again, all right, because kids watch these tapes over and over, and to the point where they warp and the sound goes out. And now they can do it.
It's a movie about toys. Come on.
Right. It's not too bad on the agenda. That's what I'm saying. It's not too full of agendas where it's not too bad, where you got to shut it out, All right, what's this?
Richie Rich's Christmas Wish.
Yeah, so Richie Rich was kind of funny. It was missed. Kids movie, kind of, you don't hear much about it.
I haven't heard anything about it.
Well, it's a rich kid. He could buy whatever he wants to, bribe any of his friends, just make friends with money and just be stupid. And there's always a lesson somewhere in there where money can't buy, fill in the blank.
But he still has his money at the end of the day.
Oh, sure, yeah. As a capitalist, he's still rolling in the dough. Absolutely. If that ever changes, then this is no longer Richie. This is now a socialist movie. Because he gave it up. Anyway. The socialists in the real world don't like to tell you that. Yeah, you give up one of your boats, lose the other one on accident. You gave up one out of the kindness of your heart just to fill in a socialist agenda, and now you have nothing. They don't like telling you what the end of the day looks like.
I was somebody.
Okay, so It's a Wonderful Life. Yeah, you know this movie's iconic, right? Just constant. Uh, I picked it up because I do have a copy, but it's questionable, and this is another copy. So, and a different version on a different tape. So now I own it again, just in case. There's only a few movies you'd buy more than one copy of. I would say It's a Wonderful Life, A Christmas Story, and a few others in there are acceptable. After that, it's not really.
There's another one you buy more than once.
Toy Story 2. Definitely, I have one of these that's warped. That's
Got it.
got some questionable sound quality.
Wait, would that be a third copy, actually? I thought we already picked another one up.
One of them is junked. I've declared it done.
Got it.
So technically, this is the second copy now.
Okay, gotcha. Second working copy.
Right. All right. Ninja.
Three Ninjas.
Three
Kickback.
Ninjas again. Kickback is, I guess, the.
Second.
I don't know which one it is, but.
Says something are back.
Right. So this is still, it's still something good for kiddies to watch. It can influence them to be competitive as opposed to down in their slumps,
Settling.
playing some, some video game that basically, doesn't give them any
Lasting satisfaction.
it doesn't reciprocate back with them. It doesn't give them anything wholesome. It doesn't give them any, at the end of the day of a video game, you can't say that I am now ready to, what are you going to say? I'm ready to, I mean, if this influenced you to go take karate lessons because you thought it was cool,
Your life is better.
your life is better, your heart is better conditioned, your body, something. But at the end of the day, for a video game, what does that give you? I'm not saying I don't like to play video games, but what does that, it doesn't reward you with crap.
There's a place for video games.
Yeah, that's my point, yeah. Instead of being a blob stuck in front of the TV, right, and unable to move, waiting for your time to check out. That's a hell of a life. But once upon a time, we were kids that rode bikes. We didn't do that, We knew that there was a life out there, just like people know, So I don't know what this is.
What's Whoopi Goldberg?
If it's got Whoopi Goldberg, you already know. It's something. Gender-based, goofy.
Drew Barrymore.
Unless it's a real funny comedy like, Ghost, where she played that role. She did
Right.
pretty good in that. Other than that, they usually select her for crap roles, Like, I'm sorry, agenda roles. Yeah, I don't know what this is, but...
It's here.
And honestly, I'll probably never watch it.
Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
An original cartoon.
So is Mickey Mouse before the entire world was given the impression that its creator was a rapist and shit. So, before it ran that franchise into the ground,
Right.
into an evil Masonic, whatever they did. Every institution in America has been talked down upon in modern times. There is no more institution left in America. And I think that's the point. If you want to crash a country, that's what you do.
Something else now feels
You spend
replaced.
40 years talking about how bad it is to live in a place where it's really not that bad. And people had a good life. So you bring out the worst in everything to get people riled up and satisfied with anything. And then, anyway, enough Saturday night ramblings. This is our collection, and we are done influencing you and whatever else YouTube says that we are responsible for. And like and subscribe, and we'll get some more movies and talk some more crap as we lay them out. Thank you all.